I feel that I cannot stay in America anymore. I feel so much in love with the country. So I find way to come back in Cambodia, and then there's a fellow on integrated management of childhood illness that focus on children under the age of 5.
First question that we have is, can you tell about a bit yourself, right? From where you were born to your journey from there to here. You are a Okna medical doctor, a teacher, a philanthropist. How did every journey you come? What bring you here?
I see. Okay. Well, actually, I'm originally from Cambodia, but after the war, I left Cambodia, going to the U.S. So I was born in 1969, and when the Khmer come in, I was 6 years old, and I had only one year preschool, and then the Khmer came. I was 6 years old, so I went through the whole Khmer rules, and then we survived. The whole family very lucky. We all survived. There's 7 of us siblings, and the 7 of, and then 2 of our parents, so 9 of us. And so right after the war, we went back to our hometown, and then there's a lot of rumor that the Khmer might come back, and so we decided to move to the refugee camp along with many hundreds of thousands of other refugees, and we stationed in Nok Chan. Nok Chan is one of the Thai province neighboring Cambodia, and we stayed there for about 1 week, and then we were sent back illegally that time by the Thai government, and through Dong Rek Mountain, which is a lot of landmine, and I think tens of thousands of people died from the mine explosion, and also from the starvation. So after that journey, we go through for about 1 whole month to travel back by feet to hometowns, and we start to settle down, and then start to make a living. But the situation is getting worse at that time, and they try to bring youth, especially boy, work in the forest, clean the forest, and people get malaria and die. So I have 5 brothers, and all at the right ages to be recruited to do those work. So my parents were very afraid, so we decided to leave the country secretly for the second time in 1981. So we go through the jungle, through different refugee camps, eventually to Thai camp again, called Dong Rek Mountain.
Yep.
So for the first journey, it was so cruelty, so suffering, so enduring. I wrote one book called Dong Rek Mountain, Unforgettable. So it's very well-known book. It's a bestseller. Yes. So in Thailand camp the second time in Khao Vidang, we stayed there until from 81 to 83. And in Thai camp, it's not as good as many camps that people usually expect it, with some freedoms and good life and well-fed. Not like that. There's a lot of rapes, a lot of trauma at night. People come and steal and rape and kill. So it happened, and there's not enough food. And then we go through those years until 1983, and we got sponsored by a family member, and then my whole family member went to the Philippines. That's the second camp before you go to America. They sent us to the Philippines for re-education, so for vaccination, for everything like that. And in April of 1984, we arrived the U.S. and in Texas. And then we worked there for about a few months. Actually, I was too small to work at that time. I only at the age of 15.
Yep.
So
18 is a legal way,
Yeah.
age of work. Yeah.
So my older sibling, three of them, they work on freeway, express freeway, picking up trash. And then we save some money. We book a flight to California, and we start living in California. And I attend school in California from junior high, ninth grade, until I graduate in California in 1989. And I applied to many universities, including USC and UC Berkeley, and I got accepted in Berkeley. So I studied there for pre-med, and then applied to medical school, and then finished my medical school, and then start teaching medical program for about 3.5 years. I came to Cambodia for a fellow on the integrated management of childhood illness. And I finished for 1 year fellow. Then I start teaching again, and I was requested to do founding dean for the College of Public Health. So I complete that, and after 1 year, along with teaching and founding dean and chairman of academic affair, then I decided to start my own business. So I opened a clinic and at the same time school. In other countries, they're not familiar with it. In America, you have school, you have to have clinics we call student health center.
Yeah.
So I have a student health center along with the AII language center. So it grows so fast. We start having 5 teachers and 4 students, 5 staff and 4 students. Within 2 years, it's exploded to 7,500.
With 29 buildings around.
And right now, it's about 30-something building and 22,000 students. So I feel that the school expand more faster than the clinic.
Yeah.
And the student health center is also go along, but we have right now 13 student health center that we see the staff, their family, and also the poor people, the people who are not financially affordable, and we help them also for free treatment. So far we have seen about 500,000 patients. We spent over $8 million, and that's from self-funding. So at this stage right now, our company went on IPO in 2023, June 28, I believe, June 28. But in June 2023, we are the first company, education company, to go on IPO. Yes. So from a refugee, went to the US, studied only 4 years of high school, 5 years high school, and then went to college, go to medical school, finish, teach for 3.5 years at college in medicine, and do a fellow in public health, master in public health. And then when done, start teaching again, and then found public health college for a university. When done, and then start my clinic and my school, and become successful until now.
Right. So, question I have: you passed your medical, right? Then why did you choose to teach instead of practicing medicine?
I never give up medicine. When I was in school, in grade 9, 10, I always help tutor. So in America, when you're a good student, you can volunteer tutoring. And when you go to 10th grade, you tutor 8th grade, 9th grade. When you go to 12th grade, you tutor 11th, 10th grade. So for some reason, I excel along with my sibling. We excel in academic. So we tutor and we run our classes in high school. So we spend time tutoring. So when we go to college, I myself, usually in college, you tend to not do any more tutoring, but you do teacher aids. Teacher aid meaning that for any elementary school, they have main teacher and teacher aide. That's always like that requirement. So I was the teacher aide also while in college. So when I finished that, I went to medical school. I excelled in
The academics
again, and then I was given opportunity to teach in the first year in anatomy. So I get some scholarship in replacement for that. So it's all my life is teaching. When finished medical school, I believe that I want to go into teaching. So I start teaching science, basic science, for 3.5 years, and then looking for a fellow that I can come. And because I visit Cambodia one time in 1999, and I fell in love with it so much that I cannot imagine not coming back. So even during my stay in the U.S., I'm very particular compared to the rest of my siblings. I'm number 4th. There's 8 of us by that time. So I'm the 4th one. Everyone stay there, live there. They don't want to come back. But for some reason, my mind's always dream of coming back to Cambodia since day one, for some reason. And but I got lost sight. When I go to Berkeley, I live alone until now. So I forgot most of my Khmer. And then in 1999, I came to visit. Everything changed. It brings back all the memory. So I feel that I cannot stay in America anymore. I feel so much in love with the country. So I find way to come back in Cambodia. And then there's a fellow on integrated management of childhood illness that focus on children under the age of 5. They have a package of treatment because throughout the world, underdeveloped country or developing country, they have children die because of their malaria, dengue, and so on. Yeah. So I was granted a fellow for 1 year on that. So I was supposed to go to different countries for other NGO work, but it became more attractive to me, and I feel more attached to the homeland, the motherland here. So I continue to stay here by starting, my own business. First, it's just a trial and see if it works or not. Small clinic and teaching center, but for some reason it surprised me. Starting with 4 students, 5 staff, and every time I interview 1 student, the next day they bring 5 more, 5 next day they bring 50 more. So it grows so rapidly that I cannot find enough room for them. And every time I interview, they say they never heard of such interview. And it's a requirement that you have to bring parents. And parents listen very, very into it. They feel that this is something new. And we do a school environment like. We don't do lottery, we don't do motorcycle lottery, car lottery. We don't have disco to attract students, but we have proper classroom, cafeteria, bookstore, and so on. So students feel this is different from the rest of school. This is like very attractive. And parents feel they enjoy seeing the site that the school were operating. And the way we interview them, I do it myself that time. And they feel very satisfied, interesting. So within 2 years, from 4 students going to 7,500. It would have grown more if I had to have funds. But I don't have enough fun. But right now, it's still the same thing. We've been building every day until now, non-stop. As long as we have fun, we keep building. And we could have built many more, hundreds of schools. And the student would be filled in right away, up until now. But we just don't have enough fun.